Welcome everybody, or my peeps, my gente, I like to call it like that. Welcome to another edition to the Orti. Um, you already know me, Julian Melendez. Uh, Again, for uh, thank you for taking the time to listen and view me. Welcome to another first of the month. July is first of the month. I don't know. People should take it like if you want. A new day, a new month, start it together, get going. Uh, so yeah, first of July. I know it's a Monday. We all kind of got that Garfield Monday feeling. Oh, Mondays are hard, but I think it's on. Yeah, those that have been listening to my the Orti, the podcast. I'm always about energy, how you feed into the energy. So I believe like when you wake up like that, saying, "Oh, it's Monday," start of a whole new week or work and whatnot. I think right there you already adding struggle to the day. So, those that know me, I'm all about the energy. I know it sounds kind of irrelevant. A lot of those that don't know about energy and the universe, karma, what you feed into it. I mean, a lot of people. It's not that they don't believe, but it's it sometimes hasn't been. It's revealed to them, but they just haven't acknowledged it. And sometimes you need education for you to acknowledge it, and that's why I've been advertising books that help me and that also encourage me, and till this day still help me out on positive energy. What you feed into it, the law of attraction. What you feed into, you're gonna get. And I try to give examples. I try to give examples of it on positive energy, on negativity. I mean, those that know misery loves company. That's right there. That's part of what you who are you around with, or the law of attraction. You attract misery, you're gonna get misery. You're gonna be around miserable people, you're gonna be miserable yourself. You're gonna get entwined, you're gonna get drowned by those problems. So yeah, so that's how I say it. Just because it's Monday, start of a new week, don't don't put too much strength into that. I know we on Sunday we already putting that. We already adding to that negative energy. We're already thinking, oh, tomorrow's Monday. Oh my God! So right there, you're already like adding to it. Monday hasn't even arrived, and we already adding, stress and pounding and dreading the Monday. So I don't know. That's just me. Those that know me, I'm all about positivity and the law of attraction. It worked for me. I mean, it still continues to work for me. Doors been opening, opportunities, my book, my 5 book series, everything I've been exercising and putting into work. It's been revealing. It's been happening. So yeah, welcome to July 1st. It's probably gonna be a short week for a lot of people because we got 4th of July. But I'm gonna have an interview with Jay. He's from the local team. He's from the MT Radio. He's gonna be, and it came to me on last Monday when I was talking to those that listened to me on last Monday. It was about inspiring quotes, and I also gave a little testimony of an experience I had with the parole agent, and well, during break, Jay, who's from here, the MT radio, the tech. And we started talking, and he started like, he's been through, hardships also. I'll let him explain it all. And he also had an interesting story, interesting testimony, and also, from, he could have went negative, but he went positive. And I mean, he's in, like, whatever you define successful is success to you. So he's doing a lot. I'll let him explain. He's doing a lot for the community and also here, and then he produces. I'm pretty sure he has he has a big resume, so he decided from, the negative to turn into a positive. And he had an interesting story where he told me about him in court with the judge, and I'll let him. I think it's just important for my viewers and for those that listen, especially like I said, I get a lot of DMs from people incarcerated telling me, hey, thank you for the knowledge, thank you for speaking up, for like encouraging them. And that right there for me is Jurassic. It's paramount. It's perfect. Maybe that's my goal, my destiny for this podcast, to reach a couple people. So I asked him, and he said yeah, and so he's gonna be here. I think he's here already. So I'm gonna go on a quick little commercial, and we'll come back. We'll have an interview with him, and stay tuned because it's very interesting what he was telling me about court, judge, and how he maturely approached it. And just stay tuned. It's gonna be real good. So we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Siente el poder de nuestra música. MT Radio.
Le mandé un mensaje.
All right, ready?
We made
Ready?
it. Yeah.
Oh, it's on already? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we're live. Thank you for coming back. Like I said, I was gonna have Jay here. Compa Jay.
Yeah, what's up, guys? What's
Compa
up?
Jay on Instagram, or
Let's-
he's part of the MT Radio here. He's the first one that interviewed me here on. He had a little segment in the morning. We had a good little interaction. I think we could pretty much relate.
Oh, yeah,
where
man.
we've been. Like I said, we had a good conversation last segment about the quotes, and he had a good same situation what I went through with the parole, him with the judge. It's just how you approach things. So, and those that know me, hey, I'm just trying to just speak positive, on this show. A person who knows, the downfalls, but also still could be successful, even though doors get closed. I'm pretty sure a lot of doors got closed on him also.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. Hey, welcome.
Also, what's up, my boy? Thank you for
I see him all the
shooting
time.
the invite. Yeah, we're here all the time, helping MT Radio now with the engineering and sound stuff, technical stuff. But yeah, we started off with the little show here. I got the opportunity through the team here at MT Radio, and also right now managing the artists here that we have. We also have MT Music Entertainment. So check out our artists, Brian and Fernie. You guys can check them out on all the streaming platforms. and give them some, let's support our people here from the Valle, But yeah, just talk a little bit about my situation.
I was no, we were talking remember about the quotes and how you I mean, I don't shy away,
from the
my
past, right?
Incarceration. I've been, you know what I mean? Now, I mean, you told me, I mean, if you want to say you were, that's cool, you know what I mean? And so.
Well, I mean, it becomes part of you. That's so that you can't change.
So you weren't.
I was sentenced to 144 months federal time, and 2012. So, yeah, man, they ended up doing about 8 straight years of Victorville FCI 1. So, shout out to all my gente still that's over there, man, holding it down. Sucks, I know, but
So what did you like me? I got because we got a lot of. Pretty much a lot of time to think in there, you know what I mean? And I always talk about like there's the negative people, and then you got the people that are still, even though we're secluded and dreams are out of reach, we could still dream, you know what I mean? So was me books reading I got it late. It's okay, but as soon as I got incarcerated, I told myself, okay, I'm gonna be here for this long. How can I make it better? Because I know I'm gonna get out. You know what I mean? So I was like, how can I make myself better when I do get released? Did you as soon as you got that time, did you tell yourself, did you encourage yourself, or you just went with the flow like every day?
Well, it was kind of weird because you know how they give it to you in months. So I was like, damn. So I had a private lawyer, so I was like, man, how much is that, like, in years or what? Because the Fed time, it's different. And he's like, it's 12 years. But he was happy for me because I was looking like at 20p. So I was like, man, you're happy, motherfucker. Like, I got to do the time. Like, it's all good. But at the end of the day, I was like, damn, it's 12 years. All right, whatever. But once you, like, prepare yourself mentally, man, it's just like.
Did you do that as soon as you got it?
Well, the only thing that sucked was seeing my mom there crying, because.
That's always.
Like, at the end of the day, when you go down, everybody shies away from you. Everybody starts this and that, and they start talking or whatever, but they don't really know what's going on, till all the paperwork comes through. So that was the worst thing. So I just looked at my mom, and because my sentencing got pushed back a couple times. So, and going to court is a mission, bro. You had to wake up at 3 a.m, and I was over there, like, out of state, so it was like 3 hours just to get to the courthouse, and so it's a mission to go to court, man.
Sometimes you're like, just give me my time.
Let me.
So everybody hates
the transport, anything to do with transport sucks, man. But
everybody hates that county time, waking up and dress.
When they told me the time, I looked at my mom and I was like, damn, like, I'm sorry. That was the worst punishment. The time was like, well, at least I got it out there,
Yeah, exactly.
And it still sucked, but I was like, well, fuck it. There's nothing you can do, you know what I'm saying? So, but that was, like I told the judge, they sometimes say, you want to say something, like, and my judge is like, my lawyer was like, say you're sorry. And I was like, well, say the sorry to who, you know what I mean? Because I ain't do nothing to the judge. And I don't know who I was selling the stuff to, because I was just from here to there, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, who do you apologize to, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, I'm not going to say sorry to him. I ain't do nothing to him. That's just what my mentality. I was like, but you know what? I do want to say to my mom that she's here crying. That was the worst punishment from everything that happened to me. That was the worst. As my mom at the end was the only one there, because my whole family went and then it got pushed back, and then my whole family went again. So the third time, my mom just went by herself. So I was like, damn, that was the worst. That was like, damn, try not to, like, no matter what, if you have a heart and you see your mom in that situation because of something you did, that's like the worst. It should be the worst.
There's not only everybody's a victim. When you get incarcerated, it's not just whatever the victim, but everybody's a victim. Your family's a victim.
Man.
Your kid's a victim away from you.
So the people that really love you go through it with you, man. So that was like the worst. So I told the judge, you know what? You give me the time, whatever it is, what it is. Because in the Fed time, all they have to do is say your name, a couple people, and you're done. They don't have to have proof. They don't have to have a whole lot of stuff to convict you. So at first I was like, man, they don't really have whatever. They put a lot more than it was, you know what I mean? So I was a little upset about that my lawyer wouldn't really, like, come on, at least fight the dumb shit because if they could prove that it was something, all right, cool. But in the feds, hearsay is a thing, so it is what it is. So I he said we could appeal, whatever. So we did all that. But I did tell the judge, you give me the time, whatever, do my time. But watching my mom cry, that kind of like hurts. And I apologize to her, and because I did that, he actually put me in for that. There's like a drug program you can do and cut some time, like a year off. So at least he made me eligible for those things.
And you did it.
Yeah, and I did it. Yeah, man.
I mean, like I always talk about in my shows too. Like once I was eligible to receive like time cut in there, like programs, colleges. Once they said, hey, you can get 6 months off if you get a college degree. You can get 2 weeks off if you go to this AA, NA class.
All these certificates and all that stuff.
I jumped on it.
Yeah.
People be like, in there, I mean, I'm just talking, there's some couple people that be like, nah, you gotta, because, some people don't like getting up and walking all the way to the class and staying in a class for like 3 hours.
Play cards or whatever.
Yeah, so, and I would come back and there would be, damn, you doing all that for a week? And I'm like, hell yeah.
I'll do it for a day,
I'll do it for an hour. And, where's your mentality? Like, okay, why would you want to stay a week in there or a week out here? Like, to me, it didn't compute, but there's, like, I'm pretty sure you ran to a lot of people like that are just, they're just stuck, you know what I mean? Stuck in that, you know what I mean? So when you got in there, did you just did you get into a kind of like positive program? Or you started, because I know you weren't, it
took me a minute to kind of like, you get there, right? You're going right transport. So I had to come all the way back to Cali, get to Victorville. And then, I had cousins there and uncles and shit. So they're messing around and in there too, like having fun and whatever. At first I kind of kicked it and I had boys there from people that I knew, like my homie Buzzer from 18 and people that I already knew from the streets that were there. So, I mean, they kind of got schooled me to the game real fast, and it is what it is. And then they told me about all the opportunities that are there. And then, the opportunity to fuck around is always there. Man. So waste time is always there. And it is to each his own, Like I never really told nobody, why are you playing cards all day? Why are you fucking... I let everybody do their time how they do their time, bro. Yeah. The thing is, you got to mentally prepare yourself for what you want. I knew that I was going to have at least 8 years to think, how am I going to be a better man in 8 years, So I knew they had college.
You were going to get out. So okay, what can I do to be better when I get out?
Yeah, and a lot of laws hadn't passed yet because Trump wasn't president yet. When he went into president, he put those laws into effect. The drug reduction, if you're a nonviolent offender, and the programming for the feds, because the feds you do 85% no matter what.
Yeah, you do it all.
So I mean that was kind of the sucky part of the feds.
When he says feds, it's pretty much federal.
Yeah, federal time.
And I did state time.
Yeah.
It's prison.
Yeah,
it's prison, but
it's different. But it's different.
You know what I mean?
A lot of more like financial crimes, and
you're still incarcerated. You're still away from family and whatnot. So when it says feds, that's what it means.
So it took me like a little bit to kind of like see and think like, you know what, like I did kick it with my people for a little bit in there, and there's music, there's guitars, and I play music, and so we're chilling, and there's drinking, and there's all kinds of stuff in there.
Everything.
And then, but it came me pretty quick when I said, you know what, there's baseball team, I was a good baseball player, there's college. They let you out for special times to go to college or to go to library, to high school, whatever. So I didn't want to be locked in the cell a lot of times. So I'd be like, fuck it, I'm going to go see what it is. I had already started college a long time ago, so I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. A lot of people clown you for that stuff because a lot of people are like institutionalized, and they know that they're going to get out, but they're going to come back. They don't care. They'll tell you, I'm going to come back, and why are you doing school?
I see it like when people clown, I think it's more they're clowning, but they envy you.
Yeah, kind of.
They wish they could do that.
Oh, they know that you're gonna do it, and they're not gonna do it.
They wish they could do it. They wish they could go to college, but they're so prideful. Like, but what are these? You know what I mean? What is so and so's gonna think? What is my homie gonna think? And all that. You know what I mean? Like,
but you really gotta do it for yourself. So I mean, a lot of people don't understand that prison is almost like real life. Almost, it's just there's no women, of course, and you're confined to a program, a certain time, you move at a certain time, you wake up at a certain time. There's a big routine, right? But it's like if you go to college, they're not gonna force you to learn, right? You work at a job, they're not gonna force you to work hard. Same thing in prison, man. They're not gonna force you to get your shit together, right? It's up to you what you want to do with your time. And some people chill, and that's great. Some people fuck around, and that's great. Some people become drug addicts, and to each his own. Like me, I knew that I was gonna get out, and that I had a family waiting for me, my mom, everybody. So I want to do something. I wanted to do something. Yeah.
That was your encouragement.
Yeah, I wanted to do something.
That was my encouragement. You know what I mean? And then I don't know if you did you take L's when you were in there? Like,
oh yeah, the worst.
No, I'm talking about like family. Did you lose family?
The worst thing was my dad, man. When I got that call that he was gone. You know, they looked for me in the yard and told me I had to call home. They walked me back.
That is scary.
They walked me back to the unit, and I was like, fuck, I was already thinking like, what happened? Like I didn't think that, but all I knew was something bad. Because for them to come get you and say go home,
you already know
something's up. Yeah.
That's what.
So I call home.
We were scared.
So I call home, and everybody's crying. They can't really understand what they're saying. And my mom finally got the phone and told me the news, and I was like, damn, my mom's kind of calm. Yeah. But you can hear it in the bag, and right there just broke. Like, fuck, you know, my dad.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
But, you know, thank God that I had seen him, I visited the day before. Mm-hmm. And just like that, the next day.
Did you prepare yourself? When you were, you know you have 8 years, right?
It crosses
and you know
your mind.
anything could happen during that time.
Yeah, it crosses your mind, like, because my dad was older.
You didn't prepare.
Yeah,
like, you know what?
Yeah, I might lose somebody. Yeah,
so
you know.
I gotta prepare myself mentally in here because you know, stress or that kind of loss could mess up.
Not only that,
it could mess a person's head. I see.
Well, you know, in there, it's kind of hard to show any kind of emotion, man, because you gotta be on your toes, and you don't want to be, you don't want to look like a punk in any kind of way or nothing like that. So. It was hard to hold it down. I went to my cell, but good thing I was cool with everybody, homies and the Paisas and everybody. Yeah. Because, I taught music in there, so I was cool with a lot of people. But
that's good. And that was your escape.
I went to my cell, and my celly's like, "What's wrong?" And he kind of gave me my space. But when I, they gave me like a day or whatever, and then everybody started coming through and just being positive. And you really don't see that in a lot of places, especially in prison. You would think that people come and show you love like that or respect, But if you do your time right and you keep to yourself and you just focus on you and you're cool with everybody in a respectful way, man, they do show you a lot of love, man. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, and there you got your little small communities, like the homie who came, Grumpy. He was close, somebody close and somebody like genuine. You know what I mean? And there, I could say he was genuine, like, hey, always positive, encouraging, you know what I mean? But I lost my dad also.
Yeah, man, it's hard, man.
I knew, like, when I got my time, I go, man, I did the calculation, okay.
Yeah, he's this age. He's this old.
He's this old.
Yeah.
Okay, and
man, it comes to your mind.
I know it sucks for, I don't know, it sucks to say it like this, but I prepared myself. I was like, I try to I don't want to say like.
Just know that it could happen, but.
Lose hope.
There's nothing you can do about it.
Like that, but I accepted reality and I was like, you know what, it could happen, so I better prepare myself because I seen how some people could like go berserk in there when something like that, and especially when you're caged up, you know what I mean? And then you're like, well, I can't use the phone, I gotta call my family, and you can't, you know what I mean? It'll break you down. It'll make you do I've seen some crazy stuff, even suicide.
Yeah.
I seen some guy take, you know what I mean? So it's just, so I prepared myself. So when it happened, believe me, it hurt.
Yeah, it hurt, man. But
it hurt.
You kind of have to, you can't really let it out all the way because you're around a bunch of people that, you can't really show emotion.
I was devastated.
But it sucked, man.
Yeah, I was devastated, but I was, okay, I gotta get back.
Yeah.
I still had a few years to go. You know what I mean? I can't.
Yeah,
I gotta just keep going. You know what I mean?
I still had like another 3 years left when it happened. So.
And you gotta keep going.
You just gotta.
You gotta keep going.
Deal with it, and then you move on. And then, one day the I was active in sports, and they had big sports leagues in there, and a lot of gambling and all that stuff. So some of the paisas say, "Hey, come on, fool! Like, just try to get over it." And you gonna play we were in a championship and like a soccer or some shit. And I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll go play." Yeah. And when I got out there, they had like the DJ sometimes out there, and so I remember somebody like from the Christian guys, they got everybody together, and the cops came out thinking there was gonna be like putazos or like a riot or something, because I knew a lot of people. Like I wasn't like cool with the blacks, but I was cool with a lot of different races, Oh, yeah. And
yeah, I mean,
they had it's not like really segregated, but it is,
I mean, you can still talk. You can still talk to other races.
There's just other things you can't do, but
movies kind of pick it up like, there's just church and stuff.
Yeah, there's certain things you can do, and certain things you can't do, but you can still have a conversation with another dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Good black friends in there, man. Good,
so when I walk out to the yard, they before the soccer game started, a lot of white people, black people, everybody came together and they started praying for me, for my dad, and it was weird because all the races kind of came together for that, and there was no beef that day. That just showed the respect that they gave me, and I was like, damn, and even the SEALs was like, damn, bro, who's this fool? Like, why do they show him a lot of love? But I was just cool everybody, man, and
it just goes to show you too that no matter what, we're still human, man.
And it showed that day. And it was crazy. I mean,
a mistake, but we're still
I had to hold it in because I was, it gets emotional seeing that all these people, criminals, whatever, thinking they're tough, some of them, this and that. But hey, they came in and they just showed me some respect. So that was something that I remember. And even like the cops were like, "Fuck, we thought they were gonna go down because everybody's in a big bola." But we played soccer, and that was that day. But it was hard. It was hard, and that was the hardest thing. And then like people always, just like out here, you're trying to build a business, they're gonna say you're not gonna make it. It's the same thing in there.
Okay, so did you? My show pretty much is about books too. Did you have a go-to book in there? Did you?
Yeah. Well, my biggest book was the Bible for sure. That was number one because no matter how I felt whenever I opened it, it seemed to speak to me.
Always like. Wow.
But I did read the Art of War, the Laws of Attraction, the leadership books.
So you read a lot of also mental books.
Yeah, a lot of like leadership and self-help.
Yeah, self-help.
And then spiritual books, a lot of spiritual books there's one called The Husband with God and stuff like spiritual books that I read, and those were really good. But honestly, a lot of people laughed, but once those laws passed for the programming, and they took down like 3 years of my time, everybody was like, this motherfucker.
I know.
I got that letter from Trump's office saying that I was going to be let go already because of all the programming that I did. Because he passed that 2-point drugs.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me, Cameron?
Oh, yeah, just probably the thing right there, yeah. So that was... that helped me out a lot, and at the end, everybody was regretting it. All the people that were with me like the whole time, they're like, "Damn!" And I told them, I didn't really say I told you so, but I did tell them, "Hey, you know what? It doesn't hurt to make something of yourself. You're already here, so you can learn how to weld, you can learn electricity, you can learn all kinds of stuff, but nobody's gonna force you to do it. If you want to do it, you do it." Yeah. So I said, I'm gonna go to college, and I had like 2 more classes left when I got out, so I graduated from COD last summer, and right now I'm about to graduate from San Jose State University, man, next summer. So I have a bachelor's degree in psychology and sociology. So, I mean, again, you don't have to go to school to be successful, like to come out and do something to you. It's whatever. Successful is based on you as an individual. Yeah. So it's like... It's
how you define it.
You could come out and just... You're a success because you didn't go back. Because it's hard. And trust me, there's every obstacle for you to go back. Yeah. About 80% of people go back. So if you don't prepare yourself to stay out... The chances of you going back are really high because you're not making good money. It's hard. You might not have family that fucks with you. So you're on your own. So you start stressing. The first thing you think about is selling dope again or hitting a lick somewhere.
Go back to we know
sticking
how.
somebody up. Or,
go back to we know how.
Doing what, and don't get me wrong. When I have difficulties doing something, my first thought is I'm going to go fucking call my fucking... And bam, I'm back in...
Because it's easy. Because it's easy.
And I give a feria, I don't have to be struggling. But I always think about it, and I realize the biggest thing from prison is you got a lot of time to think. Yeah. And when you think about it, you make the best choices.
Yeah, I mean it's a no-brainer. Okay, knowing you lost your dad in there. Okay, and then now you want to go back and do something and maybe enter back, and then like
now you lost your mom.
Now you gotta lose your mom.
Yeah.
You know? So you produce, right?
Yeah.
He produces music. He has a couple artists under his belt. When did that start? Did that when you were locked up?
Well,
you said, you know what?
Before I was locked
I'm gonna be a
up,
producer.
I was an artist. So I was already touring before I got in trouble, and I always said once we blow up, I'm gonna stop. And the thing is, sometimes you're just so caught up, and you depend on so much money and the homies, the entourage that you're doing good, but you keep, you know, like I said, if I would have stopped once we blew up, I would have been probably good. But I kept going, and one day they just knocked at my door, and it was a boom, and we were gone. And this is the next 12 years later or 8 years later, you know, because I was fucking locked up, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I started with it before I was locked up. Since I was a kid,
okay.
I was already playing music, writing music.
All right.
So I was an artist first, and then in there I would teach music and like using the recording studio that they have. They have in the Feds they have all that stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know about the state, but they do
They do.
So you're able to put music down in there. So I was always in the music room, and so I was always working on my music, still writing. So when I got out, I got the opportunity here. MT, they needed somebody with a little bit of experience, and you know, since I still know a lot of people from LA, I still know a lot of people that I used to mess with. So that's how I still got back into the music.
I'm kind of curious now on, cause like when we're in a place like that, secluded, and feelings and emotions we're holding back, and losing loved ones and stuff like that. I'm curious on your lyrics, on what you were writing, cause like, look, I wrote this during incarceration. You know what I mean? So maybe it added to it. You know what I mean?
Your vocabulary and your intelligence, everything goes up if you read.
Yeah. Oh,
You just gotta read, man. Don't matter what you read, because almost anything that's written is done by a professional writer. So reading, especially if you're a writer, reading helps a lot, because that helps develop your vocabulary and just your intelligence to things. So that helped me a lot. My music changed a lot, because before I was glorifying Chapo and everybody, the cartels, and now it's more like it's more of just street. Like I always make sure. Well, I noticed that my music recently has all positive message in it somehow, some way.
There you go.
Because I talk about what I know, which is the streets, but I always resort back to like saying, you know, money's not everything, or, you know, money's not happiness, or, you know, that life has a consequence. Everything bad has a consequence.
That's good.
And
it's crazy.
I know people like it, but I'm still putting music out.
Stick to it though, man. Stick to it. You know what I mean? I mean, people probably don't want to hear me talk about positivity. I'm pretty sure they want to listen to, what went down in there, me in the riots, me, you're Sally doing burpees, all that. I'm pretty sure they want to, because people, I mean, society glorifies that now, you know what I mean? But stick to it. I'm sticking to positivity, because I never want to.
Yes, the end of the day, that's already in the past.
I don't.
So even though you talk about it, because it's only going to be a part of you, right?
Yeah,
you can't erase that. One thing is to glorify it and know that, I'm going to go back, or I don't care if I go back.
I don't.
And that's to each his own, man. That's your life.
I mean,
for me, I know that I was going to stay out. That was already in my mind. Like my counselor, my drug counselors from the program, I just knew that. I even told them, I'll bet you whatever, you'll never see me back here again, because I learned I learned my lesson. I knew that I was gonna do something else with my life. I knew I was studying. I knew even if I went back to music, that I didn't have to go back to selling dough or whatever, nothing like that. Just because I knew what it did.
Doesn't it feel better now?
Yeah.
Like, not watching your back.
Yeah, just
not like stepping out of your house and like, is a cop, or hearing sirens and maybe that they're after you. Now it feels like
it's still like a little weird, because when you're on parole probation, like in the Feds, you're on probation now. So I got 5 years, so almost done, but it's that does kind of mess with you a little bit, because you know any little thing they're gonna get you, or they're trying to get you. But if you know you're not doing nothing bad, it's less stress. A whole lot of less stress. So I just been working. I report when I gotta report. I do what I gotta do.
That's it. That's what I was.
I learned quickly that friends are very few and far in between. The ones that stuck it out were cool, and the ones that didn't still que les va bien, just. And like I said,
Acquaintance.
I just promised myself that I was gonna. It's weird, bro, because the day before I got sentenced, I used to stay up all night. Because I was with a bunch of negros. I was over there in Chicago, so there was not really a whole lot of Mexicans out there in the county jail. So I was outnumbered by myself. So it was hard, man. Yeah. But again, if you know how to have respect, you know how to sometimes defend yourself, whatever. Little by little, I got my respect in there, and people didn't want to stop trying to pick with me, pick on me and shit. But I was pretty much by myself. You're outnumbered. There ain't no Mexicans really out there, so. I would stay up all night. I'll sleep all day during the day, and I'll stay up all night by myself. And just, you're going through it because you're hearing all this time, and it's like, oh shit, you do get a little stressed out. So it's crazy because I was gonna go to court, and I remember there was a little piece of window where the light shined through in the night, and there was a book right there. And I was watching TV, and I grabbed the book, and the book was a Bible. I'd never picked up the Bible before then. I opened it, started reading, and I couldn't put it down. I was reading before the sun came up. I had read a bunch, bro, like probably 300 pages or something. I just read and read. So I remember I just thought to myself, like, damn, like I'm not even in California. So like you said, am I ever going to see my dad, my mom again, my grandma, my grandpa, whatever? So I was thinking, like, damn, like, so I asked God, just thinking, like, you know what, if I somehow get the less time I can get without doing nothing dumb, just because they gave you a guideline, right? You're going to do this or this. So I was between 10 and 20, so I was like, fuck, hopefully get 10, and that's the less you can get 10. So I was like, if I could just see my family one more time, be close to home, and I promise you that I'm going to come out and I'm gonna make a difference somehow, some way. So when I got sentenced, bro, I got sentenced 12 years, which the less was 10. So 12 wasn't, I guess, that bad for what I was going to. So, 20 would have been the high number. And then I got sent to Victorville, which is the closest prison to where I could have gone in the feds. And then, I got to see my family again. So everything that I asked for that night was weird, man. It kind of came true. Yeah. So then I always remember that I had to do my part. Yeah. Because I promised God and He delivered. Yeah. And I wasn't big on religion, still not big on religion. I just believe in God and the Bible. And I read.
I heard that. Yeah. I hear that comment a lot, or that term. Yeah. Oh, he's all religious. Oh, he's religious. I mean,
to each his own. To each his own.
Yeah. Like a person could go to church and do everything, right? Yeah. But and also have a negative behind closed doors.
As soon as you leave church, you're back and partying and shit. So.
And then you can have somebody who just reads the Bible and does good in heart. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's what I try to do because I know I'm not perfect.
What categorizes religious?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, especially when,
you know what I mean? So I get,
especially
I know what you're saying,
when religion is man-made, because when in the times of Christ there was only two kinds of people, the Jews and the Gentiles.
Now we're getting.
So no, I'm just saying. So how did it go from that to Catholic to Christian? Yeah. So I believe, just in my opinion, that religion is man-made. So you don't. As long as you do good and you want to do good and you know what's in your heart, we're all gonna mess up, because at the end of the day, the only person that doesn't sin was Jesus Christ. Mm-hmm. So we're all gonna mess up. We're all gonna sin. Yeah. We all fall short of the glory of God.
Wow.
So at the end of the day,
now that's a verse right there.
At the end of the day, just don't be a hypocrite, man. Just don't be a hypocrite. If you want to go to church, go to church. But don't be telling people that you're bad because they don't go to church. When you leave church and you probably go have a beer, or you probably have a carne asada and you're bullshit.
I always say just people. I talked on one of the segments about how there's just people that thrive on cheese.
Yeah.
Like, and you know what I mean? And those people, they say, there's people that you just can't fix, because that's their get down. That's in their DNA. You know what I mean? So you gotta get that always. So on the last segment, remember I was talking about quotes, and then I started talking about I had a little experience with my parole agent, how he put the ankle bracelet and I was pissed off and all that. And then during break we started talking. You were saying about how you approached the judge when
I graduated from COD, I sent my diploma.
You were on probation at this time.
I still am, yeah, 4 more years, 4 more months.
Right.
So I sent my judge my diploma. Because just to let them know what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying?
That's good, though.
I didn't think nothing of it. I'm going to send it. Because I had documented in my transcripts that I said I was going to finish college because I had already started college before, you know. So I dropped out. So I sent it to them and just so they have it on record, you know, everything. And I sent it to my probation officer, too. And he wrote me back a badass letter, man. And he was being cool and everything. And then he asked me, like, if I wanted to get let off probation early.
The judge?
Yeah, and I was like, I wrote back, and I was like, you know what? Like, that's not my decision. That's your decision. My decision, my shit was to, like, just comply with whatever you guys asked
but
of me. You know?
How many people on probation would have said that?
Oh, they would have said, like, yeah, let me off. You know,
like, let me off.
Yeah, but I was like, I just felt like it was like a trick question.
Yeah, it's psychology, man.
Yeah, and they know, even your probation officer, they know how to play the game, that they study those things.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was studying psychology too, but my mind is just, well, that's still not my choice, it's your choice. So I told him.
And it don't matter. You're like, it don't matter. I'm still going to do good.
Yeah, I'm still going to fucking chill.
I'm still going to do good.
And he's like, all right, well, you know what? I'm just going to leave you on because you're doing really good. So maybe being on probation is helping you, you know? So I was like, maybe, you know, at the end of the day, I know that I got till this day for the latest, you know, if I don't mess up, violate, whatever, till this day to get off. And my mind's just, you know, doing the best I can for myself, finishing school, that was my goal. And learning how to, I'm studying child development, so because I want to work with kids, because when I went left, it was when I was a kid. Like I was a teenager. My dad was an alcoholic, drug dealer, druggie. He was there, he was around, but he was never around. Like he was home, but he was always on his own thing, never at a birthday party, never like that. And I was reading books, and I read a lot of stats that if you don't have a father or figure in your life, a positive role model in your life, the statistics show that everything increases by a lot. Either you're going to be a college dropout, high school dropout, the chances of you becoming like a sociopath or pathological liar, everything just increases.
Yeah,
when you don't have a positive male role model in your life.
Yeah, it does.
So I read all these things. Yeah. So I was like, man, I know, you know, parents are busy sometimes, so they don't have time they have to make money. So I said, when I'm done with this, I want to work with kids that are maybe at risk or you know, street kids, like people that are trying to think that they know what they're doing, and I, you know, that are intrigued by that life.
Yeah,
and I just want to tell them my story, and if it helps them, great.
Exactly.
Like it's just like religion, right? You can't be like we're talking like the Christian people talk bad about the Catholic people, and at the end of the day, that's wrong, because you can't criticize another religion. You guys both believe in God, so you can't be a hypocrite. Like I'm not gonna tell them, oh, you can't do this, can't do that. I just tell kids my story, man, and everything I've been through. And if you still think that going down that road after what I told you is something you want to do with your life, then go for it.
Yeah.
But if somehow I was able to reach you and make you rethink it or make you stop or make you stick it out with school or get into sports or whatever, then that's great, man. Yeah. That's my mission right now. Yeah. My mission is just to educate people about what it's like, man, because it's not fun, man. It's not fun and it sucks. And you get through it. You get through it, but a lot of things happen even in prison. You can pick up more time.
Yep.
Sometimes they call your number, and what are you gonna do? You know, you have to do.
That's why I like I said, this platform right here. You know what I mean? Like I don't know why was it open for me, but maybe it's to reach out to people. Like I said, like after a show, I'll get all kinds of DM from homies that are incarcerated. They're like, "Hey, damn, thank you. Oh, I didn't know I could ask my counselor about college, or I didn't know about these traits."
The thing is, they will help you.
So you're doing it.
They will help you. Your counselors and your caseworkers, whatever, they will help you. Yeah. But if you don't help yourself, they're not going to care to help you.
So maybe, you know, like you don't even know. You're probably already helping kids right now when you said you coach a softball team. Coach softball team. So
I started coaching my daughter's softball team, and then I noticed that through that I had a good connection with these kids.
Yeah.
And they talk to me about their life in school, and you know how it is. Oh, I like this boy, or I want to do this and that, and I just make sure I tell them what it is, how I felt when I was a kid, and what I was looking for in girls when I was that age. So just like be careful, Mijada, you know, like you're probably gonna fall in love 5 times in your life, you know, like so don't think that you're gonna marry this kid. Well, you like a boy, that's great, whatever. Just respect yourself. Like I tell these girls, like there's 2 type of girls that I remember in school. The one that everybody kissed, and then the one that was lucky that she kissed you. You know what I mean? The one that you really had the girl that really respected herself and you know didn't just go kiss the whole school. You know what I mean? So I try to, hopefully they don't take it the wrong way, but what I'm telling them is just you respect yourself as a woman. Set your boundaries. Don't let these kids walk all over you or treat you like an object or whatever. You know, respect yourself. And you know, my daughter's on the team, and you know my boy's daughter's on that team, and we have a really good thing going there, and I think that sometimes life just puts you.
So that's what I'm saying. That's
in a
probably
position
your outlet
where you have to
people.
be. And just take advantage.
That's
of it.
probably your outlet right there. You're helping people right there. Whatever. Like me too. On here, when I'm speaking, I'm probably touching one person. That's good. So when you got on probation, I talk about the stat 8 out of 10 go in.
Something like 76% or something like that.
Was it did you have any hiccups during probation?
You know what? This is what the only thing that happened to me was this. I was kind of scared because I had just got with my wife, and me and her rekindled something from the past. You know, we were together, and then I went a musician. So I left her because I knew I was gonna mess around and rock star life and all that stuff. So we were back, and everything was good, and I was in a good place, right? And they call you to test. And I don't know what happened. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I went to test on my birthday, and then I went to test the day after my birthday. They called me because it's random. And they said that I tested positive for something that I don't know what it was, some methadone or some shit like that, like whatever they put in that shit, right? Like, and then the next day, though, I went, and I was clean because I went both days. Yeah. So my PO called me and said, hey, you tested dirty on your birthday. And I was like, for what?
And like, who in the hell?
I was like really upset though, because I know people are gonna think like, yeah, right. Nah, for real. Like I don't mess around to this day, nothing. Yeah. So, and even before that wasn't my thing. So my thing was just smoking weed. Yeah. So I knew for a fact that I had not done nothing, but then they called me to test. I went at 5 a.m. because I had to go to work. I was working for UPS, so I went at 5 a.m. right when they opened. There was nobody there. It was just me and another homie that tested. So I went in first, and I remember I peed, and then they gave me like a little ticket, but I left because I didn't want to be late for work, and I didn't get the little ticket. So they give you a little ticket when they seal it in front of you. So I don't know what happened, though. I don't know. I can't speculate on what happened. But I know something happened because the next day I was clean. Yeah. So I called my PO, and I said, well, check the next day because I went the next day, too. Yeah. And she's like, oh, you were clean the next day. I go, well, something happened from here to there, and like you said, I was scared because I didn't want to go back. So
me too.
So I was really upset because I was like, well, what happened? Like, I can't believe what happened. Like I just you start thinking everything. Like somebody put something in my drink or something. Because I know if I would have felt drugged, I would have felt it. Because I'm clean. So that was the only hiccup I had. I was scared as hell, and my PO just kept telling me, I don't know what we're going to do. Yeah. Because it was in the early time that I got out. Yeah. So they really on you, you know? Yeah.
I remember when he says test.
But that was the only thing that scared me. And then after that, I tested clean, always clean. So she gave me like a chance, I guess. But I still to this day don't know what happened because first of all, I never fucked with like the hard stuff. Yeah. Even when I was out, before I got busted, I just smoked weed. Yeah. So I don't know.
So when he says test, it's like when we go in and we do a urine test and they check. I remember I would because I was at that time I think I was taking like pre-workout and stuff like that. I remember I was scared to take pre-workout because they'll probably
sometimes
you don't know what that substance
before that I used to have starts with an E. Ephedrine. Ephedrine is a positive for cocaine. That's what I'm saying.
Like anything could have that shit.
There's some supplements that have ephedrine because it makes your body start to burn grease, and that helps a lot. But I think like hydroxycodone has that, and people have tested dirty for using hydroxycodone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So you gotta be careful what you take when you're.
Yeah,
so me like right now, I try not to take nothing other than Tylenol, ibuprofen.
You're still.
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't
Yeah.
called in like in the last year. I haven't gone,
yeah.
but
That's what I'm
even
saying.
though I
Okay,
don't
in the
do it,
beginning of probation,
Yeah, they
like,
test you a lot.
they're on you, huh?
Yeah.
So like me,
there's levels, you know.
like me, like I was saying, my parole agent, at first he was a dick. He was gonna, boom, 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 putting me all these regulations and all that to, you know what I mean. But once he's seen, like, man, this guy's
Yeah.
doing good.
'Cause it's
I
all
don't-
psychological.
And then he's like, and then it kind of built a relationship. Do you build a relationship?
yeah.
Not, I ain't talking about, oh, hey, what's up? But I'm talking about respect.
But once they start to see that
A
you're doing
respect,
good, they
a
kind of
res-
start to root for you, like
Exactly.
because they even
Yep.
tell you not a lot of people do good. You know,
Man,
because
same,
2 out
yeah.
of 3 people go back.
Yep.
So imagine if there was another person here, both of them will go back and one of
Yeah.
us is gonna chill.
Yeah.
So that's a big stat. you
Yeah,
know,
they
a lot of
start
people go back.
encouraging. They start believing, and
But
they're
first
like,
they're gonna put
oh yeah,
every which way for you to fail, and they don't
Yeah.
care. Like if they could call you right now and come and test, you got 30
Yeah.
minutes to go test. They don't care that you're working.
oh they
Because they
nothing.
expect you to tell your boss that you
Yeah.
were in this situation and that you had to go when you had to go.
Yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people cry, oh, why do I got to do this? Oh, my PO's this, my PO's that. At the end of the day, guys, I've always said, like, even in prison, people complain, oh, the fucking CO. If you don't like it, then don't come back to prison. You know what I mean? Do your time. Don't let the time do you, man. And at the end of the day, do it however you want to do it. But just know that if you got an out day, man, and life's gonna come, that day's gonna come. If you didn't prepare yourself, man, you're gonna struggle. Because even if you're prepared, you're gonna struggle. Because you're already labeled.
Regardless,
You're already labeled, no matter what. That F follows you anywhere you go, and if they ask you to put it down on an application, you have to put it down. And sometimes you
But
don't get
is
the
that-
job.
is-
Sometimes you don't.
Do you get discouraged? No, right?
I mean, not discouraged, but it sucks that sometimes they don't call you for the good jobs, you know.
You
But
gotta be, you know. But that's why I say you gotta be mentally strong.
Yeah.
Because
but if you learn like a trade,
we could get
Yeah.
discouraged quick. And
Oh, yeah.
Well, what am I gonna go to that's always
go
open?
hit a lick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's always open? What's always open for
Drug
business?
dealing, dope dealing.
Yeah. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's why I try to stress that out to, you know, people.
It's all
like,
mentally, man.
Don't give up, man.
Grow.
Eventually a door's gonna open.
If you just grow mentally while you're there, man, no matter if you're there for a year or two, man, just grow mentally, man. Know that you can't be a little crybaby, man. Shit, it is what it is. Once you know that it is what it is, and you can't control what you can't control, life's just a little bit easier. Because it's always hard,
I
but
think we just gotta accept. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
it is what
hey,
it is.
I'm here
Yeah.
because I
Yeah.
messed up. You know what I mean? Okay, I messed up. Why am I gonna be crying over something I did and I'm in there for? Who can
Yeah.
I blame but myself?
yeah.
You know what I
So
mean?
even me, like I could say, well, they put more and they said more, and I got more time because they said this and that, and I'm related to this person and that person. But at the end of the day, I did put myself in that position, you know. So I didn't never cried about the time or nothing like that. I was hurt for my family, my mom, and all that. But at the end of the day, I knew that before I got to where I was gonna go, I already had in my mind I was gonna finish college. I was gonna do my best to stay out of trouble, not fuck around, not use drugs, not drink, not nothing like that.
Whoa.
And even though I kicked it around people, and they tried, like we'd be chilling in a cell and everybody's blazing and drinking that fucking white shit. But I was like, nah, I'm good. We kicked it though. We kicked it. But I just chose not to do it. And eventually they start to respect
Yeah.
that you don't want to do it, man.
Yeah.
Or you just go find another clique to kick it with, you know?
Yeah.
And
I believe that, you know, I said a quote, I think when we're talking about the last segment, we talk about quotes, how I heard a quote on a graduation, one of the speakers said, tell me who your friends are,
Yeah.
and I could tell you the type of person you are, you know what I mean? And
there has some truth to it. Yeah,
that's
yes
true.
and no, because at the end of the day, like me, I know in there I kicked it with a bunch of people that
But I
didn't
think-
care.
But can you say
But-
those are your friends? or
But
acquaintances?
well, they were acquaintances, I guess.
You
Yeah.
see, that's what I'm saying. I got acquaintances,
Yeah.
I got a grip of acquaintances, but friends,
Yeah.
I only got a certain
Yeah.
amount. And the ones I know, they're all
Yeah.
positive and doing good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
So at the end of the day, all it is if you know you're gonna get out and you want to do good, just prepare yourself, man. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff in there, welding, electricity. You know, you get a union job. You don't have to go to school, man. School's not for everybody. But I did school because I knew that I was capable of doing it. And yeah, man, I straight A's. I got scholarship paid for. School's free. I'm getting over $100,000 education free.
Yeah.
Because I got straight A's, and I'm willing to push and do the work and do the homework. It sucks. Yeah, sometimes I'll be like, I don't want to do it, but I do it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We're talking about college work. We're talking about
it's not easy,
20-page
papers and writing and
papers, and then you gotta. I forgot the name.
But
you gotta put the title.
The biggest thing is a support system.
Yeah.
If you have, and it could just be your sister or your whole family, your brothers, your mom, but sometimes it's not even them. So just know that you need to find somebody that's gonna back you with what you want to do, and then sometimes it might not be your family because you already did them over and they don't trust you.
You already burned their bridges.
Yeah. And don't worry, don't be like, oh, nobody wants to help me, because you can still do it on your own. But if you do have people that ride with you for the right reasons, like me, I have my brother, my sister, my mom, my wife. My biggest thing is my wife. My wife she's down for like.
Shout out to
to Lily. She will not let me. She will not let me fail, and she told me if you fail, and I know that you failed for your fault. Yeah, I would not go visit you in prison. I'm not gonna fuck with you because you know what you gotta do. Yeah, you know what you gotta do.
And you gotta respect.
So do it.
Because hey, you do that.
Yeah.
You chose.
Exactly.
Exactly. That's where you gotta put your mind at. Everything we do. I mean, I like to remind myself okay, if I go over here, is there gonna be static? If there's a hint that there's gonna be static, I'm cool.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be in a damn jail cell. And who they're gonna mark? Us.
Yeah, think about it.
We got the record.
Yeah, if I didn't choose, I still hung out with the crowd that was messing around, right? Because a lot of them were my cousins and my uncles and stuff, and they would drink and they didn't care, But I told them, nah, I'm good. We would just eat together and shit like that, watch a movie here and there. But I was always at the yard. They'll be like, where are you going? Ceramics, softball, soccer, music, school. And the time would go like this. De por sí el time se va así, pero I'll go like this. And then when I got that letter from the president that was pardoning all these people, and my name got called, like one of the people, because a lot of people got it, and not just me.
That was during the Obama.
Yeah, no, it was right after Obama when Trump went in.
Oh, okay.
Trump,
I remember.
Trump passed it.
Now that you said that, I remember. Obama
but it was only for nonviolent. Yeah, nonviolent.
Yeah,
so if you got caught with drugs, but you didn't get caught with a gun, or you didn't have a gun case, like I didn't have no guns.
So I remember we all got happy.
Yeah.
We're like, look, we're gonna, and then we seen only for federal.
Yeah, it was only federal. And then it was that one. It was the marijuana law, the crack law.
There you go.
All those ones passed. So, and then the programming one. After so many programs. So I was going to college. I did the parenting, the anger management class, everything. I did everything. So they knocked down. Imagine I would have been out last year, barely, instead of being out already 4 years.
Yeah.
I would have been out one.
And what?
Now I got my little boy. I got my 2-year-old son, my wife, my family, new car, new house that I bought, new everything, because I'm just working. I'm working right now.
Even though you set goals in there, you still set goals out.
Oh yeah, you always gotta go.
That's what I said. It don't stop.
Yeah, it's never stop.
I don't stop exercising. What got me positive in there, I keep exercising, and doors eventually will.
Yeah, we'll talk about quotes. There's a quote that says, I think it was Einstein or Albert Einstein, says hard work equals hard work. So it's never ending. You're never ending. Once you get comfortable, man, you're not gonna grow no more. So you gotta know that life is never gonna be easy, and stop thinking about, oh, why me, poor me, because like you said, think about that guy's in the wheelchair, like that's messed up, and that he can't walk or that he can't do things that we can do.
They're not complaining.
They're not complaining. So, and if they complain, you can sympathize with that, because
you could.
There's something that they can't do no more. But man, as long as you can walk and you can run and you can hustle and you can work, you always should have money in your pocket, no matter what, man.
Or success. Or be happy. You know what I mean? So sometimes money ain't.
There's always somebody that has it worse than you, man. So. At the end of the day, know that hard work's only equal hard work. So I know that I'm done with school. I'm going to start working at whatever job I'm going to work at. And now what? Now I have to work hard at that job if I want to get a raise, if I want to do good. And you know what? I know that I'm 40 and it gets discouraging to barely finish school, or you just started a family, or you know what? But at the end of the day, man, I'm happy where I'm at. I thank God every day for what I have. But I know that a lot came with the effort that I put in, and also my family and my wife.
Like you said, God, yeah, He's gonna answer, but you said I still gotta do what I have to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I remember my dad, rest in peace. He said something real funny. He said, I guess there was a couple fishermen, right, on a boat, and one of them fell over and he's drowning up, and I guess they didn't see him, so they kept on sailing, and he prayed to God like, oh, God, please help me. If you're really a God, you'll help me. So another ship came and threw him like a lifesaver. And he's like, no, I don't need it. God's gonna save me, whatever. And he ended up dying. And he said, oh, so why didn't you save me, God? I did. I'm the one that threw the lifesaver.
Yeah.
You just didn't.
You didn't get it. Yeah.
So pretty much saying like we gotta put the work in, whatever. Not I ain't just saying in God, but in whatever you're doing positive, your goal, you gotta put the work.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna be
it's not gonna give it to you.
Put the work, man.
No matter what you do, just work hard, man. You're gonna move up or start your own business. You know, work hard. You're gonna move up. Go to school. It's doable. It's doable. There's a lot of help for felons too, man. You just gotta ask the right people. And there's a lot of grants. There's a lot of stuff that you just gotta ask your case manager, ask your counselor, because if you don't go to them, they do not care. They're human like us. They don't want to work more than they had to, and if you're not gonna help yourself, they're not gonna help you. So you know what? I bugged people when I was in prison, man. I always took somebody with me though, because I want to know what you're talking to them about. Yeah. I always took somebody with me, but I want to know how to get to college. I want to know who was gonna pay for it. I want to know what was gonna happen. I was gonna do this. I was gonna do that. The benefits of doing this and that. So I knew how to program. Because one thing is you program, but you don't know why you're doing it. You're just doing it to do it. Nah. You need to really know. Okay, I'm gonna take welding because I'm gonna be a fucking welder. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go electrician because I'm gonna be electrician when I get out. You know what I mean? So don't just go do shit just to do it.
Put effort in.
Make sure that it's something that you're gonna take when you go home, that you're gonna use when you go home. Don't just do shit just to do shit. Like, plan it out, man. Make a plan, make a goal, set a goal, and make it happen, man. That's the best thing I could tell you guys. Your downfall depends on you, and your success depends on you, man.
Don't blame nobody but yourself, man.
That's how it is.
And it's okay. It's all right if you fall, and wherever you're at, you fall, obstacles. Hey, man, that's part of life. And just know that you just get stronger every day.
And just be careful, man. Be careful, because a lot of people don't want to see you succeed because they don't have the courage or the discipline to succeed. Yeah. So you go tell people, I'm gonna do this, and then they're gonna tell you, why you're stupid, and then you don't do it no more.
That's what I'm saying. Two the same people with the same ability are gonna be watching us, and one's gonna be like,
watch out for them snakes.
No, one's gonna be you guys are just full of shit. But one's gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna observe it, and I'm gonna put that into what I'm going for.
Yeah, but remember, do it for yourself, because like me, I was kicking it with people in there, and we made plans to do stuff together. Like, hey, let's gonna do this, and we're gonna do that, and you want to help people out, because I'm a giving person. I gotta go hard. I want to help people out, So I'll be like, yeah, I'll do this with you. I'll do this with you. But at the end, they flaked out, or they relapsed, or they went back in. So at the end of the day, man, do it for yourself, for the people that love you. And if you come up across with a homie that has a good drive, that same thing you want, like he says, you're on the same page, and you guys are going to go through it together because you guys are in the same boat. And hopefully something happens.
Just like right now, we just sharpen each other. You know what I mean? You sharpen the sword. Bam, bam. You know what I mean? Make it finer. Because he's telling me stuff that, to increase in my goal, and he's listening to what I say, and also he can apply it to what he's doing. But so before we split, tell everybody where they could. Like I said, he has
you can check out my music, Compa JJ on all the streaming platforms, and then check out our artists, Fernie Aguilar, Brian Munoz on MT Music. You can check them on every platform.
Yeah, because I see I got my little niece right here. She's from Texas, Melanie.
Oh, shout out to Texas. Hopefully we'll be out there soon.
She's in.
We're planning a little tour out there, so hopefully
she's in a mariachi and everything, man. So
check out our music. Fernie's right here. Look at Fernie Aguilar. Check out his music. You can check out my music too, Compa JJ.
Yeah.
Just like that, Compa JJ on all those platforms, streaming, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music. Fernie Aguilar, same thing, Apple Music, Spotify, and Brian Munoz, and we'll be out there in a town near you hopefully soon, man. And just thank you for this opportunity to share. I really never talked about my prison stuff, really. Not that I'm embarrassed. It's just I don't only talk to people like if it comes up.
Right.
If it comes up, I'll tell people, but it's not something I like to put out there, glorify or nothing like that. But like there's a situation I could relate to my boy, and I know
kind of what he's just showing. You're, like you said, you're not glorifying it. You're just. I know whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm in federal prison right now.
Yep.
I'm listening to this guy. Okay, it could be done. You know what I mean? So it's just. Showing if I knew you were still like not doing out, but I like to interview people that know and know the struggle and are doing positive. And they don't even have to be.
And if you just got out or you're locked up and you're about to get out and you want to reach out to one of us or me or just send a little message here on MT Music, MT Radio. Look for me, Compa JJ and everywhere, Spotify. I mean, IG or Facebook.
MT Radio.
And if you want to know how to get on your feet, man, that's what I'm here to do, man. It's help people, man, But at the end of the day, you got to do it for yourself. So
you go.
I can help you as much as you want, but if you're going to cut corners and you're going to whine or bitch or complain, or you're not going to get too far, man. You got to just do it, man. Put your head down and run and hustle and work hard. And, hey, man, you can turn your life around just like we're doing, man. We still struggle every day. It's going to be a part of your life for the rest of your life, but you just got to know how to overcome it and just keep going, pushing forward.
See? Positive right there. Nothing but positive stuff. So, again, gracias, Jay. And thank you guys, all the viewers. And thanks to MT Radio always. And it's going to be on YouTube. You can watch it, rewatch it, share, like. And thank you guys for listening and encouraging. Remember, you guys are encouraging me too when you guys are viewing and saying hi. My family, friends here, thank you, appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next Monday for another good
We'll see you guys,
segment.
man. Thank you.
All right, peace.